Route 66. The name invokes visions of an America of the past, filled with cool cars, neon lights, Coca-Cola, James Dean, and diner cheeseburgers. Countless songs, TV shows, movies, and stories have been written about this stretch of road. But where did it all start? What is Route 66? Why is it so important? To answer that question, we need to look back to the early days of the 20th century.
We, the people, cannot turn back. Our aim must be steady, wise progress.
And now it is the Western Plains that beckon.
After the Civil War, Americans started to look west to seek their fortunes. The California gold rush made the West Coast even more appealing, as did the frontier life where a person could feel free to forge their own path. The old wagon routes west began to be filled with a new invention, the automobile. In 1910, only about 100,000 vehicles were registered in the U.S. By 1920, that number had skyrocketed to 17 million. The demand for better roads and a coherent network of highways was growing, and America heeded that call. On November 11, 1926, U.S. Route 66 was born. Originally conceived as a direct shipping route from the Midwest to California, US 66 grew into something much more important. The route took travelers from Chicago through Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona, ending at Santa Monica in California, covering 2,448 miles. The story of what would later be nicknamed the Main Street of America wouldn't be complete without talking about a man named Cyrus Avery. Avery was a businessman from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Tulsa, built in a generation.
He saw the need for better roads in his community and was the chairman of the Oklahoma State Highway Commission. He was instrumental in the planning of the National Numbered Highway System. He established the US 66 Association and pushed to have the whole route paved from Chicago to Los Angeles. The unorthodox route of US 66 took travelers in a less direct but faster and shorter route than some had imagined. It bypassed the mountainous areas of the central United States and opted for a flatter route that was more easily traveled in the winter months. Once completed, Route 66 reduced the journey from Chicago to LA by over 200 miles. This highway was also great for the small towns and farming communities throughout the central and western states. Many towns in those areas had no access to the more modern cities or the highways to get to them. Route 66 connected these rural areas with the larger metropolitan cities, increasing trade and growing small towns into thriving communities. As traffic along Route 66 increased, as did the need for facilities, gas, food, and shelter. This need sparked entrepreneurship, which transformed the economies of the towns along the highway. Towns and villages popped up along the route, catering to the needs of weary travelers and adventure-seeking tourists alike. Small towns grew into major cities seemingly overnight. Roadside attractions began to emerge and thrive as more and more vacationers saw the journey on Route 66, the vacation rather than the traditional destinations. Route 66 became a microcosm of American culture, linked by the automobile. Many travelers opted to not stay in traditional hotels. Instead, they would spend their nights in the newly emerging accommodations that were spawned from motor travel known as motels. In 1956, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed the Interstate Highway Act, creating a more comprehensive and sophisticated network of interstate highways linking more and more communities. This was the beginning of the decline for Route 66. And on a side note, I don't know if I should be mad or not. I am related to Dwight D. Eisenhower in some relative kind of weird way, so that's kind of odd. But a better built, more modern interstate system was built parallel to the aging highway, making it mostly obsolete for interstate travel and shipping. In 1985, US Route 66 was officially decommissioned. What is left is a nostalgic glimpse of a growing and thriving America of the past.